Good morning everyone, Nick from Meat Smoke Fire here on quite an exciting day. Got some new toys. Sad, aren't I? Just as the breeze gets up, hopefully that won't affect the camera because we haven't put the sock on it, but I haven't told you what we're going to cook today, and I know I still haven't written up last week's cook because it has just been absolutely manic. So we thought last week's cook, it felt quite rushed. So we thought we'd try and scale it back a bit, which I probably haven't done. But anyway, so we're going to cook this week 3 different types of sandwiches, rolls, buns, those sorts of things, tacos. So yeah, thought we'd give that a go. The wind has been, sorry if it's a bit breezy on the old phone, but we'll have to see. Anyway, the exciting news of the week is my beautiful new shiny Blaze units, so cupboards basically. Lots of storage space. I've got my sink, I've got my brand new eggs in. I've got 3 brand new eggs in them to make them all shiny. We've got a little one over there. So this is our 120, this is called the Blaze one, Adapt 120. Oh, bird's already had a go by the looks of it. Exits in there, gets plenty of air in, so you don't need to leave the doors open. Perfect. And then I'm going to take the camera.
Yeah, go for it.
Look at, oh, it's Andy on the camera, by the way.
Morning.
So back with us. Oh, but look, we've got our bar unit, and I think Mama's even on the pop already. So yeah, we've got another egg in that one, 3-door one that one. Anyway, so exciting. So yeah, we've just become a reseller for Blaze. We had the guys up on Wednesday to install them, which was good fun. But anyway, let's get on with the cook. So 3 cooks today. We are cooking some rolls. So I've already made a batch. There are our brioche buns, and the recipe's all on the website. This one's blowing all over the place for a minute, so let me just tuck that under. We have on this egg over here, I've got the Egg Genius on it, so I've just got the cable coming up. It's all inside it. The Wi-Fi gets through the cabinet and goes to the house. It's all cool. We have another set cooking. So those have got about 10 minutes left, something like that. I've got a timer on those. And then we're going to make a second batch, a different batch. And these, I've just been proving, are chorizo and onion. So they've got chorizo that's been cooked, onion that's been cooked inside the dough, and then we'll put an egg wash on those and we'll get them on and they'll be ready for the end. So exciting. So the 3 cooks. First one, we're going to do a Korean style pork belly bun with that will go into the brioche rolls. The second cook we're going to do is what have I forgotten? Oh, we're going to do some jackfruit tacos. So jackfruit, some people call it, use it instead of pulled pork. It's a vegetable. It looks like this stuff. Comes in water, but when you cook it, put a bit of stock on it. You can then squash it a bit, and it becomes a bit like pulled pork, but not pulled pork. It's jackfruit. It's beautiful. So we're going to cook some of that. We're going to do that with a Cajun-ish rub on it, and then serve it in a taco. So we've done tacos before. And the last cook, just for Andrea,
Yes.
fish finger sandwich, apart from it's going to be whitebait, which is her absolute favourite. So we're just going to fry up some whitebait, and we're going to serve those in a roll. So 3 different rolls.
I don't share whitebait.
Okay, now we're in trouble. Right, so let's show you what we've got going on this egg. So just finishing off, I put this on about 7:30 this morning. It's just crackling up. I'm not worried if it doesn't crackle. It's crackling a bit, but up at 90 degrees, some pork belly. I might take the skin off anyway because we're going to put that into rolls, and then I'm going to put a Korean sauce on that to that. So let's get this off. I'll just pop it over here for a second. And then we'll start using this egg for other purposes. Now the beauty of the Blaze units is you can have a cupboard like this. I'll take this one out. Put this down here for a second. You can take anything off that's hot and just put it straight in the cupboard.
Oh, cool.
And it does fit. Just how cool is that?
Yeah.
Right, this is going to get smoky. We're going to turn it up and we'll get ready to do our other ones. What you've got to get used to is which side the hinges are on. I'm not very good at that yet, but we'll get that done. So, usual settings, the airflow is getting in there. We'll get this back in the egg because that's what I need. And in the meantime, we'll have a look at this pork. Right. So, you know, I've just taken my gloves off. We're going to get in. This is just a fish basket that I've put on there. I think you've seen me use it before. We'll get that out of the way. That's what I've forgotten. My tongs. Right, I've forgotten 3 things already. Tongs. Yeah. The potato masher for the jackfruit. Yeah. And something else. Okay. Right, let's borrow a fork. Oh, look at this. So that's nicely done. It could have crisped up a bit more if we'd have turned it up at the end, but for the purposes of today, it's perfect. So a little bit of foil, get the pork in there, and we'll give it a good rest because we're then going to fry it off anyway. So, ta-da! Easy. Right, I've got an upturned tray here because we've got vegetables and stuff underneath it, so don't worry about that. That I can just move out of the way. Thank you, Helena. Oh, who've we got on? Is Paul White on?
He's just joined.
Paul White.
Am I?
There's leaves, and just for you, Paul, when I moved the parasol, I didn't jet wash the floor, so that's for you because I know that will bug you. Yeah, a nice square bit that hasn't been jet washed yet. We've had to move things around, but there you go. So, who have we got on, Helena?
So
Paul White, let's go over.
Franco.
Morning, Franco.
Monica, Carly.
Morning, Monica and Carly. Separate.
PJ Johnston, the
Wow.
Smoke Daddy.
New people.
Ed Pike.
Wow.
Barbecue Medic. Foodie in Yorkshire. Bonk and Co. Meet Ben. Plastered all over.
Oh, like that, plastered all over.
Sorry, I've been having a few technical issues.
Oh dear.
Charnwood Stove.
Charnwood, okay. So Charnwood are the sister company to Blaze. If you've got one of their stoves in your living room, Blaze is these units of Blaze. They're the people who did all the London Underground signs. These are all enamelled, by the way. You probably can't see it, but it's got a lovely texture on it, like a little dimple texture on it. But they make all the London Underground signs. So they've been going for about 50 years, but they make these units. They're solid stainless steel with these lovely doors. Love them. They weigh a ton. This is about 200 kilos, and the big one over there. Getting them off a lorry is not easy. Anyway, right. Cool. So let's go and buns. Where are we at with the buns? All nearly ready. What you're looking for? Hollow. Oh, I'd say they're done. They're looking good. So I'm just going to grab, I've got a little tray down here. We'll grab those ones off. Pop that shut again. They can go over here. Let's take the first lot that have rested now. Just swap them over. Oh, lost one. Right, let's get on the last lot and show you how we do it. So these have been proving for about 4 hours in total. I did a first prove, then knocked it back. So you basically knock all the air out of it. You cut it into bun size. That's the timer, perfect. 15 minutes, it was spot on. Put them into bun shape, and then I proved them again for another 2 hours, just under a cloth. It's been warm today. I'm just going to put a little bit of egg wash on these. Over the top. And then we'll get them in. So this is just beaten egg going in. Beautiful. Right, in they go, and then we can put them on. And I didn't do my usual trick with the baking paper of folding it in half, then folding it in quarters, and then folding it in eighths, and then cutting it so it's nice and round. So it's a bit jaggedy today because I forgot before I put them on. You can see our egg here is at 220. It's bang on 220. I'm using the Egg Genius today to hold that temperature just because I can. This makes it easy. It's indirect, so I've got a plate setter or a convector at the bottom, then my cast iron, stainless steel grid, and then my baking stone. And that will stop the bottom of your buns burning. If you don't have that air gap, you will burn the bottom of the buns. So they go in for 15 minutes. Siri, set a timer for 15 minutes. Done. Right. So let's get on with making our first filling. So I'm going to use this egg. A little bit hot. When your eggs are brand new, they will run a little bit faster than when they're older and black on the inside. So you can see this egg, it's not quite white on the inside, but it is pretty new still. It's only its second cook. So I'm just going to turn it down a tiny bit, just under 2 fingers down there. And what we'll do is we'll get a cast iron skillet in there, a little bit of oil. So I'm just using groundnut oil, you could use olive oil. Get that going. And then I'm going to go in, I've just got 1 onion chopped up, just squash it out, and then we're going to fry that off for a little bit, just until it starts to soften. Okay, so it's going to take a while for that pan to heat, and do that. To it we're going to add our spices. So I've got some smoked paprika, so Spanish smoked paprika, a teaspoon. I've got a teaspoon of cumin, ground cumin, and a teaspoon of, or just under, of chili powder. Our chili powder is nuclear. The recipe that I've found online for this said 2 teaspoons. Don't do it. 1 teaspoon, and it's actually less than that. So we're going to put those in with it in a bit. We're going to put some garlic in. So I've got 4 cloves of garlic going in there, and we're going to fry those in. We're going to put in, that's what I needed, but that's fine, I'll use this. I needed a glass for the water, but I'll use the bowl. We're going to put some stock in there just to give it some flavour, and then we're going to put the jackfruit in. So there are 2 types of jackfruit. One is brined and one is in a sweet gloopy sauce. You want the brined one, don't buy the one in the sweet because it'll be hideously sweet. So that is 2 tins of jackfruit. Add a little bit of salt to it, and that's about it. So, Helena, any questions?
No. I don't have any questions.
No questions. Come on,
Franco
people.
says thank you for the advice on the pulled pork.
Okay, yeah. So Franco was asking about pulled pork this morning. He's not done it before. Cook it at 110. With a pork shoulder, you don't really need to wrap it. So some people tell you to wrap it. There was some advice for him to wrap it before the stall. What happens with a piece of meat is the heat goes up, the temperature of the internal of the meat goes up, and then it will get to about 65 degrees and it will plateau for a while. And it can plateau for anything up to about 7-8 hours. It just goes flat, and then it will start to rise again. That bit of the plateau is when the outer layers of the meat are drying out, and you get what's called the bark on the outside. So it's a black, it turns all the sugars to a caramelize them, it goes black. You want to allow that to happen. If you wrap it before that happens, you won't get the bark. The bark's probably the best bit. So if you do want to speed it up, wait until you've got the bark, and then as it comes out of the stall, starts going up. So you're aiming at somewhere between 88 and 90 degrees. As it comes out of the stall, that's when you want to wrap it. If you want to speed it up, I don't bother. But Franco had a relatively small piece of pulled pork, or pork shoulder, 2 kilos. So I said perhaps he might want to wrap it because there's a chance it will dry out a bit more being smaller. So that's why we said that. Timing wise, if I'm doing 3 kilo, 19 hours. So long time I give it. You can always take it off if it gets ready early, wrap it in foil, wrap it in old bath towels. Franco, don't use the Mrs. Current, Cheeky Pixie's current bath towels. She will kill you because...
Not with Cheeky Pixie.
Oh no, that's right. I'm getting them muddled up. Sorry, Franco. Well, he might be. You never know. Steve Barbecue Medic's Cheeky Pixie. Franco, don't use the current towels. Don't even think about using Cheeky Pixies. bath towels because she'll kill you for sure.
And you'll need Steve the medic.
We've got an audience today. Anyway, we won't show you who it is. So, but yeah, don't use current bath towels because they will never smell of anything other than pulled pork. So, anyway, right. Let's give all this a little whiz round. Starting to soften these off. So, yeah. We've got people coming for lunch. Exciting. Right. Oop. Putting onion everywhere. So onions going in. I'm going to put the garlic in because it can go at roughly the same time. Get this going. I'm going to wait on the spices. Oh, it's starting to crackle now. It's just starting. Right. How long have those buns been in? 5 minutes? Not long enough. Okay, so we've got those in. We've got our pork then. So let's start. I'll show you what we're going to do with our pork. We can do that, in fact. Let's go and get the first bit ready. So, you come here, Andy. So some of you have had my Korean chicken wings. So what we thought we'd do is do a bit of that Korean style sauce to go with the pork. So a little bit different today. I have soya bean, but it's already mixed with some of the fermented chili paste. So we're going to take a bit of that, about a tablespoon of that, get it in there. I'm going to still use a little bit of the chili paste, just a little bit. It's going in, and then we're going to add the other ingredients that we've done before. So a little bit of soy, about a tablespoon of soy, a teaspoon of sesame oil. Is my brother on?
I haven't seen him,
Oh.
but I might have missed him.
Yeah, hopefully his back's better. Some honey, about 2 tablespoons of honey, sweeten it. We've got some soft brown sugar that's not soft anymore, it's been in the sun, and some lime juice, that'll soften it up. So half a lime. So this is going to be our sauce. So what we're going to do is melt this in. So this egg is a bit warm, but we'll go anyway. And I haven't got a surface for it yet, so let's grab that from down here. And again, this is going to be a direct cook, so we're going to go straight in. I'm going to use my expander system to bring it up to the right level, up to the top. So you can see in there, huge bit of charcoal this morning from Big Green Egg. And we'll pop that in there. I need one of those. I'm just going to give that a couple of minutes just to start dissolving. Right. So let's prep our pork while we're doing that. I'm just going to give my hand. I'll use my new sink. Look at my new sink. Yeah. Oh, exciting stuff. The only thing is I haven't plumbed it in properly, so it might go all over my toes. Just going to dump out onto the patio at the moment. Hopefully it'll come out the side. Perfect, it has. Right. Don't look, this is last week's towel.
Shameful.
Let's have a look what we're doing here. So onions, nice, softening up. Garlic softening up. Right, let's get in. We're going to go in with those spices. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to mix them together because I don't want to use them all. I don't think. So I'm going to go in with half for now. I'm just saying that because I just don't want it to be too nuclear. We'll go in with the jackfruit. Give it a little bit of a zhuzh. Get it all nicely coated. Alarm hasn't gone yet for those. I might put a bit more. Just looking at it, I want a bit more coverage on that jackfruit, so I'm going to do it all. It was slightly bigger tins than I used during the week. Right. Now that jackfruit really needs to be boiled. So I'm going to put some stock in. This is just a soft stock. Grab a bit of water. Get that in there. We want the stock to melt. Now this is going to simmer for quite a while. And we might have to add more stock to it. What you're trying to do is just soften this, and then we'll use the back of a potato masher just to crush it up, and you'll see it will turn into pretty much, looks like pulled pork. Just go wash my hands again because I can.
You just want to, yeah.
Right.
This is exciting live TV, isn't it?
Right, how are we doing on our pork? Well, let's give that a zhuzh, I think, first.
So we've got people cooking mutton this
Oh,
weekend.
nice.
Mark from Smoked Fine Food is doing rabbit and red peppers.
Oh, follow Mark. He's a Smoked Fine Food. Look him up on Insta. He does a lot of, I mean, he's doing rabbit today, but he does do a lot of vegetarian stuff. Has some lovely recipes.
Steve, the barbecue medic, with Cheeky
With
Pigs.
Cheeky Pixie, I'll get them round. Oh.
We're doing wings, onion rings and halloumi, and then doing a
Steve,
pork,
are you doing the Korean wings?
and then doing a pork shoulder tomorrow on the Let's Queue.
Okay, perfect. Oh, on the Let's Queue.
Yeah, he's going to halve it and then
Okay.
spear.
As it gets towards 88, if you're trying to do pulled pork with it on the Let's Queue, I would watch it, because as all that connective tissue starts to melt and moisturise it, it will become so fall apart it might just drop into the charcoal. So probably doing it on the Let's Queue, good to start with, probably not a great way to finish it, unless you want dirty pulled pork, which is a new thing. We've not done that before, but you could do that. Carry on, Helena.
Kerry is doing pork fillets.
Nice. Any sauce with that, Kerry? She said.
What else did I say?
Right.
Mutton. So Ian Bevan's doing mutton shoulder.
Low and slow.
Yeah.
Definitely low and slow.
He's been smoking it since 8 AM for a mutton madras tomorrow.
Oh. Definitely low and slow. If it isn't getting those last few degrees you need to get it to about 92 internal for it to pull apart. Then wrap it in foil and it will bring it up. So got a little bit of crackle, not the best, because I just had to rush it this morning. Didn't get out of bed early enough. But yeah, you could have turned it up a little bit at the end. I'm just going to take the skin off. Oh, it's hot. And then what we're going to do is fry these in that sauce. Should be delish. So what I'm going to do is cube it. So inch cubes. So you could have done this with pork belly slices. Could have grilled them direct. That would work. Oh, hut, hut, hut. What else are people cooking?
So Ed, I think that might be Ed Stoneham, he's doing pork belly joint with Mediterranean veg.
Oh, nice.
Big Green Egg in Wales is doing pork ribs using one of the Let's Queue rubs.
Nice. Which they won in a competition.
Biscuit for a brisket is doing steak with asparagus, mushrooms, home-baked bread and homemade chimichurri.
That sounds good.
Bernie's doing reverse seared picanha with hoisin sauce and salad. DIY Eats is doing chicken and chorizo paella for lunch, and then KFC buttermilk baked chicken for tonight.
That's not my recipe then. We do a KFC one.
I think it might be Darren Churchill has said, what are your thoughts on Big Green Egg eucalyptus charcoal?
I have used it, Darren. It's nice. It's not got a strong flavour at all. So if you don't like your food really smoky, it's a great charcoal. Burns hot. What everything burns hot, I guess, but it burns hotter. It feels like it's hotter than normal big green egg. These look like pork belly burnt ends, but they're Korean. Burns hot. Yeah, try it. It's nice. Somebody likes it. They've just ordered 3 bags from me this morning. I don't stock it. I don't have it here. We haven't got enough space to have a pallet of normal charcoal and a pallet of that as well.
No.
I'd get shot. So anyway, pork's just gone in. We're just going to fry it off, just crisp it up. All sticky and lovely. And how's that looking? You like that?
Okay, so Franco has asked.
Yeah.
Common question: is a picanha and a rump cap the same?
Yes. So is picanha and rump cap the same? I'm just going to do my hands again. If you think of the back end of your cow with the tail hanging down over here, it's the bit at the very top. That's my timer. It's the bit at the very top of the animal, the rump, and the rump cap and the picanha is the same thing. Picanha is just a Brazilian or Argentinian, one of the South American name for it. But yeah, our butchers might not know what a picanha is, but they will know what a rump cap is. They might not want to cut it for you, some of them, because they don't know how to cut an animal like that, and then use the rest of the rump. So, but if you can find a butcher that you can that will cut it for you and still charge you the rump price, that's the best way, because picanha is actually priced probably double, if not more, than rump, because it's got the fat on it. There you go. Right, what have we got in here? Looking good.
Smelling lush.
It's not a spectator sport, this, is it, over there? You can't see in. Didn't think of that. Right, let's have a look at our buns. The timer's gone. Still at 220 because it's got the Egg Genius on it. Oh, not bad. Let's have a look at the bottom. I'm going to say a little bit more. They feel a little bit soft on the edges, but looking good. Perfect. Give them two minutes. Siri, set the timer for 2 minutes.
Okay, 2 minutes.
Did it? Perfect. Right. Let's give that a stir because we don't want to burn it. Look at the colour. How's that smell, Mama?
Smells good.
These are going to be some chunky sandwiches. Sandwiches. Probably doing them a disservice, isn't it? Right. They're going to be ready first.
Lush.
Turn them down a bit.
So I've got more requests for fish dishes:
Okay.
trout, crab, lobster.
We did lobster.
Did we?
We did lobster tails.
Okay.
We have done. I'm just going to put the skin in. I'm going to use that, but I'm just not going to do it on the
I was
cook.
sending you to the market to get more lobster.
We can do lobster again. We did enjoy it. We did lobster tails when we did surf and turf.
I was going to say.
So I think we did it with picanha.
That was your birthday weekend.
Yeah. See how much attention she pays to me.
Okay, so someone, so Ed Pike has asked, will the 18-hour pork shoulder cook you were mentioning require a restock of charcoal at 110 degrees?
Okay. In case you didn't hear that, Ed Pike asked, will the 110 degree pork shoulder cook I mentioned require a restock of the charcoal? No, on a large big green egg, as long as you fill the fire basket to the top, at 110 degrees it will go for 24 hours. On an extra large it will go for 36 hours, and on a mini max 10. So if you had trying to do it on a mini max, yes, but if you're trying to do it on a large, no, it will go that long. You'll be fine. Right, come over here, Andy. We're going to look at this. So you can see it's starting to thicken up now. And if we start pushing these, you can see it's starting to break up. So it needs a little bit more, but not a lot. And that's my timer going. Hang on. Done. We'll get those rolls off. We'll give that about 5 minutes more probably, and then we'll squash it. You can see it's breaking up, and it goes into, can you see that? It looks like It does look a bit meaty, but it isn't. It tastes delicious. Right. They're nice.
They sound perfect.
Yeah. I'll get these other ones out of the way. Give them a little wrap. Grab a corner. Ooh, hot. Right, that's them done. So we've now got 2 different types of rolls.
Oh, they smell amazing.
Those are good.
Yeah,
chorizo.
they do smell really nice.
Let's check those. I don't want to burn them. Oh no. If you've not had the Korean chicken wings, you need to do it.
Can you just,
But this is a close second.
can you just recap on the buns that you've just taken off? Because not everyone would.
Okay, absolutely. So,
Well, brisket for brisket said nice buns, Nick, so.
oops, got a loose one down there from somewhere. These are chorizo and onion. So it's my standard, everything's flying off here, my standard bread roll mix. We fried, so proved it, and then we fried some onions, some chorizo, so the chorizo goes a little bit hard, and then you can, when you take, after the first proof, you knock it back, then you can fold in all the chorizo and the onions, so they're all the way through the bread, and then you form them into buns, let them prove again, and then cook them. Perfect.
And you can say, recipe's already on the website.
The recipe for those is already on the website. The recipe for those is already on the website. That's it. So we've now got 6 recipes to write up. Not good.
Oh, good idea.
Right. That's good. Let's get our... have a look at this. Helena, can you find me another cast iron skillet, please? Since I've left it by the washing up.
For me, later.
No, it's already washed.
Ah.
Right, looking good. So now let's squash this. So just use a potato peeler.
Masher.
Masher, yeah, masher. Thank you, Andy.
One that I've already beautifully washed.
Thank you. Just because I need to do the next dish, I'll just pop that side of you. By the way, these glaze units, the surface is heat proof, so you can take this straight off and put it straight down because it's a glass, essentially. The enamel is a glass thing, so any hot surface you take out, you can put it straight on the top of your unit. You don't have to put it anywhere, don't have to put it in the cupboard like I did. Right. It needs a little bit. So there is our filling for our tacos. They've got seeds in, jackfruit, so that's one of the seeds. I don't know if you can see it. Quite big. Looking good. Right. So I'm going to take that off. Go and find my gloves, which I've taken with me.
So David has asked, is the surface scratch proof?
It's as scratch proof as glass is. That answer the question? So you can see I'm being kind of careful with it because it's all brand new. But it will get its first scratch at some point soon, and then we'll find out, won't we? If you drop something heavy on it, you could chip it. Sorry, a little bug jumped in there. But I mean, it's glass, so it's, you know, as scratch proof as a piece of glass is, as I said. Right, I'm going to go in with oil. We're going to fry in this one. Just get a bit in there. Going to fry some of Andy's favourites in here.
Yeah.
So I had just put some ice over them. We've got some white bait. I'm not going to do hundreds, but we'll add some. Can add some more. So in here I've got just plain flour and corn flour mixed together. So I just want to dust them. So I'm just going to let that heat up a little bit, and then we'll dust them. So in the meantime, I'm going to get that off before I burn that.
So one of our viewers has just said that they are loving their RB73.
Oh,
Oh.
they're talking about the fireplace. So somebody, who was that?
Darren Churchill.
Oh, Darren Churchill bought one of these in the week. It's I love these. They're on wheels, so you can take it to where your guests are. You can put logs in it, and you can sit out at night like we did last night. Beautiful. So if you want one of those, company called Morley Stoves, give them a ring. They're based in Ware. They'll ship it to you. Mention that you saw it here. That'd be lovely.
So Rebecca has asked, do the blaze cabinets not restrict air flow?
No, they don't. If you look, there's a little bit of little gaps around them, and there's also a gap around your egg, and that's all the air you need to go in there. So no, not at all. So it's just the normal settings for your egg. They're looking good. So we'll get those out ready. Just got to do the white bait. I'm on it. Turn that one off.
What's going on?
Oh yeah, no, don't turn that one off. I've got to do a little bit. Oh no, I'll put it over. That will just melt. That will I just want to wilt the bok choy, so I'm just going to put it over the top, and that will just wilt it enough. All of that stuff is our sauce that we've already got. Right. White bait going in. That looks like that's nice and warm. So take a small handful into my flour, dust them off, just sizzling, just. Show you in a second. There's got to be better ways of doing this. Now you could deep fry them. We've done that. Did we deep fry them on one of the shows before?
Defo, yep. We used the wok
Yeah,
in your flip-flops, I believe.
probably. No, Stuart's not got his flip-flops on. Very unusual. I didn't come out with them. Oh, did you? Yeah, he's normally got his flip-flops on. Right, get these in. Last few. Now the beauty of these blaze units is they just wipe down. Right. Oh, that's going to be sticky with all that corn flour in it. Sorry, Andy.
Right.
Right, let's get these done, and then we get some rolls set up. Take that over. Sorry, Andy, I'm just going to right behind you. I've got another wooden spoon. Right, they need to crisp up a little bit.
Smell them.
Somebody's happy. Might chuck a little bit of salt on the top of those.
Lush.
2 minutes. Right, while we're doing that, we have some tortilla. Let's use the heat on that one. Just going to warm them up. Four more to go. Where's my little rack? On there. Right. Where's my bread knife? I know it's out here somewhere. Thank you. Oh, did I ever put that on that recipe? I promised to put it on. I'll put it on this week.
Right, you're an acting on what to do with
Yeah.
He's got a large to-do list.
Yeah, it's been a bit frantic. So, with this, we are going to do a little bit of wilted. Needs a bit more wilting, but they'll do. I'll take the tops off. Go in with a bun with. Just take my things over there. Use a fork. You might need to get another fork, Helena. Bit of our Korean piece in there. We're going to put a little bit of lime over the top just to zing it up. Little bit of coriander in, and there is our Korean.
Sorry.
That's all right. One Korean bun. I'll do the rest afterwards. Okay. We need to grab our tortilla, puffed up nicely. Now, I think Franco was the person who asked last time, do they go crispy? If you get them warm like that, hut, 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 oops, we'll drop that one on the floor. Now I've only got two. We'll pop them in and they will crisp up. Let's do that one. Right, our jackfruit's looking good. Need my tongs. Got to bring the lettuce out. Doesn't matter. We'll go with this for now. So, bit like pulled pork going in. Tell you what you could get me, Helena. My favourite chili sauce. So, kimchi. Oh, you could get me some kimchi. Yes, bring that. That'd be brilliant. God, I've forgotten so many things today.
It's excitement.
A bit more of that. We'll put a piece of that in here. Bit of green, doesn't hurt. Got some pickled red onions. They're going in, they're looking good. Oh, get a bit of kimchi in there. Right. Let's not burn that,
Yeah.
because Andy will be mad at me. Yeah, if you just open it, we'll put it in the. I'll open it. I'll show you people what it is. Oh, they're good. Tiny bit longer. Yeah, where's it?
It's a
Oh, there it is.
place rather like
Now this is. If you've not had it, try it. But it is fermented cabbage, and it's delicious. So just get some of that in with your Korean bun. Get the lid on. That is going to be epic.
So someone's just asked, where are your taco stands from?
Amazon, of course. Right, last bun. Going to cut this one. This is going to be for our white bait. Look at those inside. Just delicious with onions and a bit of chorizo. Right, different set of tongs over here. Get the first lot on.
Oh, look at them.
We'll come back to the rest in a minute. There you go. I'll tell you what I haven't done on the others. We're going to put those. Now you could put an aioli on there or something like that. That would be delish. We've got that one. We haven't done. I'll put it down there. It is. A little bit of sour cream. And my absolute favourite, sriracha, but this is the one with extra garlic. Is that it?
So Blaze has just come on.
Yeah. He's a bit late. Never mind. So there you go. So we have 3 different sort of sandwiches. We've got our jackfruit tacos with a red pickled onion, chili sauce. In the middle we have our Korean barbecue pork with some kimchi, and on the end we have a roll, a chorizo and onion roll with beautiful little white bait. And I'll go and get the rest.
Screaming out for me.
Yeah, bit of a drizzle, I think, a bit of lemon over those, which I do have. There you go, Andy.
Thanks.
I'll get these off before I've overcooked them. So next week, fish by the sounds of it. Is that what everyone's after? Eleanor?
Yes, although I've completely forgotten what we're doing white bait, so that does constitute as fish.
Yes, definitely constitutes as fish. So I'll just move this, pop it on there, and then we'll get some out for everybody. Right. Perfect. Time we at? Look at that, bang on 45 minutes.
Whoop whoop.
So next week, probably fish, maybe, who knows.
Oh, quite a lot of love for trout.
Trout, okay, do some trout. Yeah, I saw that Paul, I don't think Paul joins us, but Paul up in Scotland, Paul and Barb's.
Paul White has just said, I'm selling my barbecue and buying you a house nearby.
We'll move down, we'll move in with you, Paul, you've got enough space. In fact, I'll just take that new house you built. That's how it's done. You can stay in the house you're in and I'll just have the new one with the hot tub and the big green egg on the patio and all of that. So anyway, yes. So no, Paul and Barb's up in Scotland. He was fly fishing yesterday, trying to catch his, I guess, salmon, not trout, but I fly fished, that's the word, and caught a trout when David from Big Green Egg was learning how to do it. So anyway, that's it for this week. Thank you. I will try and get all the recipes written up. I'm way behind. Hopefully you enjoyed it. All right, cheers guys.